As I tried to say yesterday in Assembly, this is just meant to be a fun breakfast, and thanks to, I think Garrett, you must have helped get these photos, is that right? You did, somewhat. Well, Austin, Mr. Austin Yorko, I asked him last week to help get some photos. I have never put some photos up at this point, but it's a good reminder that at project graduation, we try to have photos of we want to have photos of the entire senior class for a thumb drive for all of you to have as a remembrance of that night. I was thinking late last night and early this morning that a good way to start would be to congratulate the seniors, both those who play and those who help manage and work with the basketball team, to stand, because that was an amazing basketball game. So why don't you guys stand? Let's give them a round of applause. Y'all would be proud. It was great. It looked like the end of the season last night during that game, as those of you who saw it would know. 10 minutes left in the game. I'm sorry, less than 10 minutes, 3 minutes or so left in the game. We were 10 points down. And we were just joking over here that we put some sort of spell on a freshman from Lipscomb who caught a pass that was thrown from our basket down toward their basket, and all of a sudden he shot in our basket, and we got 2 points, and the game just turned around, and we won by 3. So let's start with a little music this morning. Lucas is going to play some music. Join me in welcoming and thanking Lucas for playing.
If you recognize it, sing along. We start with the Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven.
Lucas's journey. So he came to MBA in the 7th grade, many of you remember, and then his family moved to Switzerland, where he was for 8th, 9th, and 10th grades. And I remember vividly, I was actually in China. His mother called me and said that they thought it'd be a good time for them to come back, or for her to come back to the States, because his father travels all the time. And so he came back for his junior and senior years, which, you know, is not an easy journey if you just put yourself in that situation, but he's made it seamless. And I hope some of you will get the opportunity to travel to England in the next few years. Well, it'll be there at least 3, because the Oxford system is a 3-year program as opposed to the typical 4-year programs here in America. And he'll be at Pembroke College, Oxford, so it'll be a great place to visit and keep up with him. And Lucas, we really appreciate your journey and what you've done at MBA. So what I've planned now is to have 3 of you speak, but we'll intersperse that with some music, and then I'll end by showing you some dates and information about the next 100 days. So join me in welcoming Webb Hunt to come up. Webb?
Good morning, everyone. As we approach our final moments of our MBA career, it's pretty hard to believe that we've been here for nearly 6 years. While each of us have faced quite the trek during our time on the Hill, the challenges we've endured and the adjustments we've made have formed us into the men who we are now. As you may or may not know, I've been working with Endata since 7th grade. It's been one of the leading factors in my growth as an artist, individual, and leader throughout my high school career. Without it in the art department, I don't know where I'd be now. When I first came to MBA, I thought only artists and musicians ran the festival, but in reality, as time went on, I began to see the true composition of Endata. During my reflection of what makes our community a brotherhood, I've come to understand the importance of our vast interests. Whether you're an artist, athlete, musician, debater, our support for one another gives reason to why we, as a student body, are so unique. It is this diverse structure of support with our community that helped guide me, along with many others, through MBA. I've come to the conclusion what makes a gentleman scholar athlete isn't based off of appearance or background, but instead of what you do and who you are. It is this fact that can be seen within the structure of our community that sets us apart from others. Therefore, with only 100 days left until graduation, I recommend all of you to maintain the openness of support and exploration beyond your MBA lives to make as much of an impact as you all did on me. Go outside your bubble, meet new people, and explore new interests in college and beyond. But for now, as we buckle down with each other for our final moments, I suggest we appreciate the time we have left and continue to be the brotherhood we are. Thank you.
It's been fun to watch Webb these last 6 years. He had a focus about going to NYU, and he knew that it wasn't going to be easy, but he worked really hard at it, and obviously through his art, but through his intentionality of going there in the summers, and I hope you listen closely to what he said, because I agree wholeheartedly with that perspective. You know, it doesn't matter how you want to define someone. You know, I'll frequently think about Webb and say, you know, there's no particular poster child of what an MBA boy student looks like. It's what he does. And you express that beautifully, Webb, and I appreciate how you've expressed it and who you are. So let's hear some music now. A group of jazz band, I think led by Ben, is that right? Is going to come up now? So please come on up.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you are singing right now or whatever,
So let's give him a round of applause. Thank you guys for playing. Ben, I've really enjoyed your journey and appreciate who you are and what you've done. I don't know that everybody has gotten to see you in the lights I have, but those lights include some really good talks in my office. They include, but mainly what I want to highlight is it has been really fun to watch him perform with the theater department, to see him not just perform with the jazz group, but to play with the orchestra, to play with the chorus. I mean, he's really said to himself, I love music and I just want to spread that love around the school and in many realms as I can. And I'm very grateful for that, Ben, so thanks. Aiden has only been at MBA since 9th grade, but he's had a great journey, and he's going to make some comments now, so please welcome Aiden. Nice one.
Good morning, guys. I'm just going to speak briefly about my time at MBA and some of the things that made it special for me. So as all of you know, we're here to celebrate our path to graduation and the memories we have made along the way. My journey throughout MBA has been, I guess, a unique one. Coming in 9th grade, I was anxious but excited to join the community of excited learners, activists, and gentlemen that you have all become. I did not know where to fit in, but the important aspects of the brotherhood and camaraderie that I have experienced, specifically in the areas of my interest, being the arts, service, and extracurriculars, soon became evident in my life. I hear of all kinds of sports teams and groups of friends that have developed the bond that the school deems MBA's brotherhood, but from what I have seen in my activities outside of the classroom, the community exists everywhere else as well. From long nights working to set up the Indata Festival for a successful next morning, to seeing bright faces line up for loaves and fishes on an early Saturday morning, everyone is eager to interact with each other while working toward a common goal. I learned that a shared brotherhood cannot only be identified as a strong bond between friends who face the hardship of competition or spend 4 to 6 years together, interacting and working with each other, but it also can be achieved through the experience of serving others, coming together to work on projects and events, and enjoying the gratitude and the accomplishment of hard work. By becoming involved in a wide range of extracurriculars and clubs, specifically Preston Taylor Tutoring, the first project that I had invested my time into as a 9th grader, and Indata, the centerpiece for MBA's artistic and cultural identity that I and a close group of friends have worked on for years, I found my niche in the MBA community and the strong friendship and collaboration that these areas and many others that I have experienced have made my 4 years spectacular for me. One piece of advice that I would give you all is to finish strong, but maintain the community that makes this class so unique. In every area, in and out of the classroom, a lingering sense of collaboration exists. Guys, make sure to always bring the positive energy, excitement, and brotherhood that has made this class so special for me. Also, when you depart for college, remember to always do what you love to do, and the community of friends, mentors, and partners will become evident around you as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Aiden, for reminding us to keep up these relationships the next 100 days. Now we're going to hear from our rock band and the headmaster singers, I believe, so if you guys please come up. mentioned in assembly not long ago that when I went to those art awards, I counted, how many MBA students received awards, which I confessed was kind of a headmasterly thing to do. It's no different than going to a sports event like last night or Friday night or watching a lacrosse game, and you get competitive. You want your team, your school to do well. A number of years ago, I would travel to visit some different schools, and I watched some of the a cappella groups sing across the country, and at that point, we didn't quite have the confidence, but our music department has really developed, as you know, and the last concert I went to was so evident about the strength of the music program. If you all want to speak at an event this spring, just see me. There are plenty of events, like the 50-day picnic that we'll celebrate together, the mother-son lunch, assemblies, other events. I try not to choose the people that speak, but I guess while this is up, I'll go through it with you. So here we are. Monday, there's a financial aid independence seminar. Thursday, the 7th, the father-son dinner's going to be a big event. March 13th, career day. April 6th, the prom. 50 days picnic that I just mentioned. The mother-son breakfast. The college t-shirt day. Senior sports breakfast. AP exams. Leavers dinner. Another opportunity to speak. Exams begin. Senior movie day. Usually some blockbuster comes out that week and we'll go to the movies that Friday. Graduation rehearsal. Senior lunch. Honors graduation and project graduation. Got one more speaker and we'll be finished, but I want to end my brief comments by saying these 100 days are meant to enjoy, as you heard in some of the talk so far, and to celebrate one another. You should try to enjoy the campus, your classes, your friends, the faculty, this time of your life. It just flies. And you'll feel that when you get to this summer and reflect on these last 100 days. So support your friends. Go to games like last night. Go to a concert. Do something you haven't done in these 100 days. Make the MBA community better and the programs in your classes you participate in better. Relish this time, as you've just heard. Care for your friends, your family, your classmates, your faculty. Don't underestimate the power of mentoring younger students. I was just looking at some of you singing and performing, talking to the underclassmen about getting involved in things like Best Buddies or Preston Taylor tutoring or helping manage a program or just expanding their interest in music and theater. This is the time to push that for the younger students. Enjoy this time. Lastly, Brandon Hall is going to come up, so we'll finish with that. Let's welcome Brandon.
My involvement at MBA started months before I stepped onto campus as an official student. Unbeknownst to me, my mom signed me up for, at the time, a record number of Wilson summer classes. I'd also like to add that that record was actually broken by none other than my little brother. Thanks, Mom. During that first summer, I spent hours upon hours surrounded by unfamiliar buildings and unfamiliar faces, which I would eventually get to know by name. My first Wilson class in June 2015, taught by Dr. Leck, symbolized the beginning of 4 unforgettable years on the Hill. Granted, my time at MBA has not been easy, but it has been fulfilling. Long nights writing themes or studying for tests will not be missed, but appreciated, in the same way that a long climb is appreciated when you're standing at the summit. During my time at MBA, I was on the swim and robotics teams. One of my favorite things to do is to see people's reaction when I say that robotics is a sport at my school. And, technically it's, it's a sport, but, it's not really a sport. In all seriousness, the consistency of my participation on both teams has provided stability in MBA's challenging environment. And these challenges have helped me find out about myself and grow as a person. Some things I found out about myself were really not as pleasant, like, I found out that I was good at the butterfly in swimming. And, that was great for my coach because we needed butterfly swimmers, but not great for my arms just because it just killed me. But I also was able to go to places that I never really thought I could go. Places like Middlebury College or Bordeaux, France, to learn the French language and culture in an immersion setting. Now, more recently, I've been able to expand my interests beyond what I could ever have thought my freshman year. Recently, in September of 2017, I've taken up music, and this music production has really, really just widened my horizons just in general. And also, thanks to the help of MBA and Mr. Kennedy, I was able to even produce a couple songs with an actual recording artist. The most valuable lesson I've learned is that MBA has challenged me academically, physically, and socially, but with my gaze set on the future, I know that the challenges that I face at MBA will prepare me for the challenges of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Lastly, I was going to tell you that this weekend, two of my friends from college are coming in to just celebrate a weekend together. I've known these guys 50 years almost. I hope you all have that journey with a number of your friends in this room. It makes life so much the better to have those kinds of friendships. And I think I know I'm envious of the kind of experience you've had here, because I didn't have this experience in high school, and it's really wonderful to see the opportunities and people you are. Have a great day. We'll see each other soon.